we're here in the art exhibit room at Nan Desu Kan 3, and with me today I have...
Greg Hignight.
And you're a staff person here?
Yes, I'm the coordinator of the art and model show here for the convention.
All right. So what kind of stuff do you have that normally comes into the art models and exhibits wise?
We pretty much have anything that's related not only to anime, but just science fiction and fantasy. We try to make it all-inclusive so that people feel free to just bring whatever they enjoy doing. And so we have original anime art, we have people doing renditions of their favorite characters, we have model kits from, series like Gundam and anime characters like Sailor Moon, but we also have things that people have modified and kind of changed to kind of suit their own needs or make it more unique, which is some of the things that we have over here on these tables. I've been doing some of the anime figures for about 10 years, and I do have a couple that I brought to the show. Among them is this Beldandi and this Minmay from Macross. These were both kits that were built right out of the box. I just did them as they were designed to be built, but I also sometimes make some of my own. These Powerpuff Girls here were built out of a type of plastic putty and wood, so those are built from scratch. We also have some anime characters that were built that way too. This figure here was built entirely from scratch by one of our really great modelers, and same goes for the Sakuras that you see sitting here.
Okay, and are there any specific rules that you have to have when you're or when you're submitting artwork to the for exhibit here at the con?
We have a contest involved as well as the show, and so we set up some rules to kind of create a fair contest and to make sure that people aren't infringing on any types of properties or licenses. This is all basically for fun. We also have different categories based on the skill levels. We have a lot of junior entrants who are just kind of getting into it that we certainly want to feel comfortable and excited about entering, but also we have some people like you see here that are masters, and so they're judged using different criteria.
So let's see, do you also judge these or do you yourself judge any of the exhibits here at or on display?
We sure do. We have the art show and the model show integrated, which is a little different from the way a lot of other conventions run it. So the judges are the same for both shows, and so we try to get a sampling of for instance, my experiences with models, but we also have someone whose experiences with multimedia art, and so. We do offer prizes. This year we actually have a lot of great prizes because we have some sponsorship from some pretty important companies out there who've given us models and videos and all kinds of great stuff. We judge them based on, especially the models, very specific criteria, but also we try to get the general effect too. You just want to look at it and say, is this something you like? Is there something about this that's special, or some detail they put in that maybe you wouldn't have noticed unless you studied it more closely?
Now, you mentioned that there were different age ranges that bring in displays for the exhibit. Are those also judged? Are those judged differently, or are they all judged all in one?
One set of criteria. We do tend to do it a little differently. Obviously, someone who's just starting, young artist, maybe 8 or 9 years old, isn't going to be using the same techniques that a more advanced artist is going to. And also, we try our best to try to encourage those younger artists to bring their stuff in and not feel afraid or ashamed to show their stuff. And that actually goes for our older entrants as well. We've seen people who came in and they kind of looked a little timid and they weren't sure if they wanted to enter, and they'd say, oh, our stuff, it's bad. And we'd look at it, and it would just be fantastic. And we'd be like, of course, please bring this in. And the incentive is for people to be able to see their stuff. And then also there's some great prizes along the way, too.
Now, how has traffic been in here? Have people people had some really positive responses to what's here, or
Definitely. We usually get a pretty steady traffic in here. And it's always kind of exciting to see what the people like. And in fact, we we have a vote in where all the fans can kind of vote for their favorite pieces. Sometimes it's what we think is good, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it may be some quality that we missed as judges, and that's, I think, why it's important to have the people vote on it as well.
Okay, and what are some of your favorites here at the con, besides your own work, of course?
Some of my favorites. Well, if you come over here,
Okay.
we have these two figures of Ruri from the Deshko, and the artist involved did some little work modifying the figures, but the most important thing was he built the two display bases entirely from scratch. And as you can see, they're very, very detailed. Not only that, he used color schemes that are complementary and kind of create kind of a somber mood, which was the idea behind both pieces. When he pulled those out of the boxes, everybody just went, wow. Over in the art show, we have a lot of great pieces.
All right. Follow you around here. Oop. John, we'll get the clips later, but
This Sailor Moon piece was one of the first pieces brought into the show this year. And not only is the color very dynamic, the way in which they chose to display it, it's three-dimensional. It kind of leaps out at you. And we definitely wanted to make sure that that was in front when people came on into the show.
that one's definitely an eye catcher.
We've also got over here some great computer art. That's
All right.
what we're trying to encourage more in the show. Last year we also had a few CGI pieces, and we made sure to create a special awards category for that this year. And in fact, one of our judges is at least a pretty good expert in CGI. We also have, let's see,
It's kind of lagging behind here. Alrighty.
okay. This is a really nice piece, and it's subtle. You know, it's not nearly as large or leaps out at you as the others, but it's very intricate and just really kind of creates a kind of a more softer mood.
You know, the frame on it's a nice touch too. Just gives it a contemporary look.
You know, I think when people think of anime art shows or just convention art shows in general, they don't tend to expect to see professional quality art, but we get a lot in here. We see stuff like this and we say, man, you know, why is this person just entering our show? You know, we want to see them doing comic books or published art. So we get a lot of great stuff in here.
Got definitely. I think that a lot of people have some really great stuff to show off here. Wow. Let's see. When will all the judging take place, and how soon will we know when the or who will win it? There you go.
We're going to do the judging tomorrow morning, Sunday morning, and so the results will be posted Sunday after we open, about 12 o'clock. What we like to do is actually post the award certificates with the artwork so other people can come in and see who won. And then, well, we've got, for the model contest, we've got some model kits and Gundam videos supplied by Bandai, which is very nice. A local hobby shop here has also given us some additional model kits. For the art show, we'll be giving away some art books and art supplies. And we've just got a lot of nice little extras thrown in, stuffed toys, things like that.
Well, that's going to be a lot of stuff, and I hope that I wish the best of luck to everybody who's going to be in the contest. Yes. Well, thank you very much for doing the interview with us, and I hope that the rest of the con goes well for you.